Good to see you, dear viewers, to a new episode of The Culture of Flavors. I'm your host, Dr. Mohammad Al-Qattan.
And I'm your co-host, Eman Marafie.
So still we are running the Ramadan edition, Eman.
Yes.
So what is your advice today to our dear viewers?
Well, actually, today my advice is for that the parents to be a role model to their kids, because the kids do mimic what they do. Exactly. So I want them, like, for the kids to to be polite with others, to respect the elderly.
Correct.
So that they can be good when they grow up.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you, Eman, and hopefully that we could teach our children to respect each other. This is a very important aspect and principle, because if we respect each other, we're going to be a strong community and we're going to live a really healthy life.
Exactly.
Yes. So, Eman, which country will be talking about today?
Well, today is the very dear to my heart country. We're talking about Palestine, the land of kindness, the land of generosity, and everything good about them. And we hope Allah that will provide them with victory.
I totally agree with you, Eman. Such a unique country. We're going to be hosting a really unique and interesting guest. So talking about the holy month in Ramadan, and especially in Palestine, such going to be a very interesting topic.
Yes.
What about that?
Yeah, I think that.
Perfect.
Because it's full of things that we don't even know before.
And has a long history.
Yes.
So dear viewers, let's go watch this report together and we will be back. So please don't go away.
Palestine, a beautiful and fascinating country with a vibrant culture, incredible historic landmarks, spectacular natural scenery, inspiring religious sites, and tasty food. Exploring the West Bank, the largest and most accessible part of Palestine, one will find stunning natural scenery, intriguing historic sites, busy streets in Ramallah, and narrow alleyways of Nablus' old city. In Palestine, Ramadan is more than just a month of fasting and worship. The month is an important opportunity to connect with the culture of Palestine's ancestral heritage. Palestinians still preserve the practices and traditions which make the celebrations uniquely Palestinian. In the days leading up to the announcement that the month of Ramadan has commenced, Palestinians begin to prepare. Streets, mosques, and homes are decorated with lanterns and lighting, and merchants prepare their shops with several kinds of dates, sweets, pickles, juices, and more. During Ramadan, family gatherings are prioritized and iftar meals are shared with entire extended families. The Taraweeh is held an hour after eating the Ramadan iftar, where men and women of all ages and even boys and girls walk together to the mosques with joy. The Palestinian table offers a diverse range of popular and traditional dishes. No meal is left without pickles. As for beverages, Palestinians prepare juices, particularly of tamarind, almonds, licorice, and carob.
And we're back, dear viewers, after this report. I really hope you enjoyed the report about Palestine. And today we have a very special guest. Her name is Dr. Narman Asad, and we are very happy to have you with us today.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm very happy also to be here.
So glad to have you, Doctor, talking about the Holy Month in Palestine, such as a very unique topic.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So at the beginning, can you please introduce yourself to the viewers?
First of all, thank you for hosting me, and thank you for introducing Palestine as a key country in your program. My name is Nariman Asad. I've been working in the field of culture and the work of Arabic language and Arabic mindset for the last 30 years. I do systematic researches I translate, I write, I do constellations, I do group therapy, lots of things.
This is really
very
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah. So, Doctor, I would like to talk about the holy month of Ramadan in Palestine. It's a unique.
Indeed.
It's a unique in the Arab world, in the Islamic world. How its uniqueness in Palestine in particular?
So in Palestine, before I go there, I've been a traveler for like more than 25 years. I've been to many countries, whether it's in Ramadan, during Ramadan, or in other seasons.
So we're so glad to, I was excited to hear about that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So once you step in the Holy Lands and you are in Palestine, there is a different spirit there. There is a different approach for the people regarding families, regarding the religion, regarding the culture, regarding the traditions. Palestine or Palestinian people are very rooted, and they really appreciate religion, traditions, their roots, their land.
History.
The history, and they're so connected, not on like a surface level. No, it is a very deep-rooted connection.
Correct.
And you can feel that harmony in every aspect in their life, whether it's a family aspect, whether it's a religious aspect, whether it's a cultural aspect. It's not divided. It's all connected, like let's call it a web, or like a cosmos, or a constellation.
Correct.
So in Ramadan specifically, there is a unique approach and connection to the holy month. Everybody is happy with the holy month of Ramadan, whether it's on a spiritual level.
Correct.
With praying, or reading the Quran, or experiencing community work in the mosque or with the people. And on the other levels. I originally come from a small village, South Nablus. Nablus is a city that is connected to Ramallah, and then all the way to Al-Quds, Jerusalem.
All right.
So I come from like a village where we still have these traditions. So when I go there, I really feel that I'm a female, because people there treat men treat women as like queens, and it's vice versa. Like women also treat men as kings. So when it comes, let's say, Ramadan, with this perspective, we find the whole family, including the husband, the wife, and the children. They're all working as bees. They're like all unite. They are united. Everyone does something. There is coordination, unique coordination. Like they collaborate. They help each other. They talk nicely to each other.
Perfect.
And this
respect
is
each other.
It is all based on respect.
Perfect.
And it's not only during the holy month of Ramadan.
It's the whole year. It's
amazing.
Whatever there is in Ramadan, whatever aspects they take it from Ramadan, it's there the whole year. It's not only in Ramadan.
Yeah.
It is a very important aspect that you just mentioned. Respect. Respect is a very important principle that everybody has to respect every other person.
And it's good actually, because if they are respectful, the parents, they teach their children since childhood till they grow up that they are respectful to others.
There will be a role model.
Yes.
Correct.
Mentioning the role model, it's not, when I'm there, I do analyze these behaviors, because I work with behavioral attitude and behavioral shift and transformation. So I watch all these communication language and skills and body language that they use. There is a huge respect to elders. and there is huge respect to parents. And there is also a huge respect to the children and their role.
Very good.
So they actually do role model for their children. So they don't have to teach.
Yeah.
It's they
Yes.
they
It's what they see.
Implemented.
they implemented. Yes.
Implemented
Yeah.
their children.
Yeah.
And do you think, doctor, this is the same principle or the same strength it used to be in the past, or the new generation starting to lose this principle?
Old generation is they grow old. Like in my last visit, I met that lady. She just passed away recently, like 2 weeks ago. But she was like 120 years. She was very old. And then whatever the principle that they have, they just pass it to these generations. So even though with younger generation, what we see is that a strong connection to the traditions, strong connection to the religion, strong connection to everything.
Right.
There are some differentiations, especially with difficulties that they are facing with occupation or other difficulties. But
Correct.
still, I think one key strength for them is that they pass these traditions. They are rooted, and whenever there is complications or whenever there is any dilemma that happens, they gather, they unite, and they root more and more to these traditions and to the culture and to their unity, because this is their key strength point of also survival mechanism.
And this is actually living together, they make them actually stronger as a family.
Yes,
And they could pass any challenges they face in the future.
Talking about the unity, like when I visit many of my family members or anything, when you go and let's say they're going to have iftar.
Yes.
It's not only one family that they have. It has iftar. It's the whole family. It's the whole gathering. Sometimes we have the grandparents, the children, and the grandchildren, and the neighbors sometimes. So we have this atmosphere of unity and community communication, let's say.
That's very nice.
Yeah. So talking about the holy month of Ramadan, what are the most common cuisine that's served in Palestine?
Let's say for this year, it's spring, and in spring is very unique season in Palestine because it's full of greens. So there are greens everywhere. There is wild greens also. So they go out to the mountains and they collect all this food and come back. I do think that if you don't mind, I would love to say the name of these herbs in Arabic, because they deserve to be pronounced in Arabic. And they are unique and they are very herbal also food. So we have, everybody likes the grape leaves stuffed, the stuffed grape leaves.
Yes.
So we have other kinds of stuffed leaves, but they are wild. They are not like grown. So we have something called el sayne, rachaf, and we have a food that it's called loof, and these also with medical purposes and dishes. Of course, mansaf, you know, the meat with the yogurt, igat, you call it, jamid. And we have maftool, we have maglube, we have مسخن, ملوخية also, sabanech, spinach.
And these are you just mentioned these dishes are really famous and really people eat it.
Yes.
Only during the holy month of Ramadan?
The whole year.
The whole year.
But in Ramadan, because we love the white sauce meat, so because many of them are like villagers and farmers.
Correct.
So they grow their food at home and they have their sheep or they have the goats or a cow. So they take the yogurt from it or the milk and cook with it.
So this is really interesting, talking about food in every episode, that my colleague Iman will prepare a dish for us. So let's, dear viewers, have a break, and I'm going to continue, and you will find out what my colleague Iman, she's going to prepare. So please don't go away.
And we're back, dear viewers. As much as I enjoyed knowing about the food of the Palestinians, and I do want to know, Mrs. Nerman, like, what do you have more? Like, do you have others like sweets and other stuff?
I'm not very good with sweets, but I
Okay.
can mention the. I can tell you that one of our very famous dishes is knafa.
Okay.
Of course, knafa, urbat, qatayef. Like they make sweets from they call it bahte, from the milk of the goats.
Correct.
So there are few, but I'm not so fan of sweets. So
You're the opposite of
this is what I know about sweets.
Perfect. So in every episode that Iman gonna prepare for this, so let's see what Iman she has for us.
Yeah, I can mention something very unique that we have it in Palestine regarding the sweets. Like my grandmother and my grandfather used to have this unique sweet. So they mix olive oil with sugar, and they bring the dry figs, and they dip the dry figs with sugar and olive oils, and this is like this was a sweet for them.
Okay.
Yeah. Now
nice.
I remember this.
Wow, this is really
I
interesting.
really love it. I
Awesome.
really love it.
It's healthy.
It's very healthy. And we have another thing also, another dish. My mom also used to do it. It's collage. Now I can remember my
So you ate.
No,
you
we
like sweets.
my mother's
We
dishes.
brought you back to your childhood.
Yeah. Collage, harissa, knafa.
Oh, you have so many varieties.
Yeah.
That's
So
nice.
the harissa that you have the same harissa that we have?
No.
Ah,
I
there's a
think the
different
harissa is a sweet one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Our harissa is different.
And they make also with, I'm not sure what does it, حلبة. الحلبة. They make sweets from الحلبة.
حلبة.
It's like almost like also sweets like الهريسة.
All right.
From the fenugreek itself.
Yes.
Very
Okay,
interesting.
Yes.
That's nice.
Yes.
So, Iman, what do you have
lovely.
for us today?
Well, today's dish has a very unique story to us, to
All
my
right.
family.
All right.
To all Kuwaitis, it's called kebab aroug or khubz aroug or kebab aroug. To us, it's called kebab budrus.
All right. Why is it you call it that then?
Because my mom's cousin, when she was little, my mom was little also, they entered into the kitchen. My grandma was doing this, and then she asked her. She said, "What are you doing?"
Okay.
And then she told her the name, and then she said, "But as I see, it's like there is the child that has bitten inside it."
Okay.
Because you know when you press.
She makes sense.
It makes sense actually.
Exactly.
I know, but because when you press with your fingers, it has holes inside.
Correct.
So she said it's kebab drus.
All right. So you name it like that.
Yeah.
All right. So do you have something similar?
Yeah, I think that we have very similar in Sawiya, in my village, Sawiya. We have something that we call it mshat.
Okay.
And it's I think it's very similar to kebab.
It's also has meat.
It doesn't have meat, no.
It's a kind of vegetable
It
thing.
has vegetables and eggs.
Okay. Yeah.
So what about your ingredient?
Okay. So we have half a kilo of minced meat
Okay.
with its fat, and we have half an onion. If your onion is big, just cut it in half. If you have a medium-sized onion, it's okay. Just cut them in in very, very small sized. And we have also one large small cubes tomatoes. We have half a cup of whole wheat flour. And we have our spices here. Our spices is, I have black pepper, which is half a teaspoon. And I have 2.5 teaspoons of salt. I'm using Himalayan salt today. And we have half a teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of black dried lemon, and 2 teaspoons of also turmeric, and 2 teaspoons of, make it full, of the, either you use 7 kind of spices or like we have mixed spices.
A lot of spices then.
Yes.
All right.
And
That's
it's just
very
really good.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So while Iman is going to prepare her dish today, I would like to know, now in Palestine, do you have the same dishes from all cities in Palestine, or it's differ from city to city?
There is a differentiation because the differentiation actually goes to the different landscape of Palestine. Like my village Sawiya and like Nablus, and these are like almost mountains. The mountains goes for like Msakhan, Maftul, Maglouba is very famous in all Palestine because it goes back to like 600 years ago to Salah ad-Din al-Ayyubi.
Wow.
So it's Salah ad-Din al-Ayyubi's dish, and that was like a liberation dish. When you go to the sea side, like Yafa, Gaza, Akka, you will find many of their dishes goes with seafood, fishes, prawns.
Yeah, because they're located close to the sea.
Yeah. When you go to like Sahara al-Naqab, it would be a Bedouin style, like meat and jamid and, you know, the Bedouin style food. The Ghazi's dishes are like, also they have lots of spices. It's different than our dishes. It's not full of spices. It's full of like white sauce, yogurt.
Wow, this is really differentiated between cities.
Because there is a very unique landscape in Palestine. Like the north is something, the middle place is different, the south, the seaside cities.
Interesting. What about drinks then? Do you have any famous drinks that you serve during the holy month of
What
Ramadan?
about?
Drinks.
Drinks. Laban, of course. Herbal drinks like maramiya, sage, thyme, za'atar, kharoob.
But this is not your, like, after you break your fast, right? This is after when you eat.
Like kharoob, laban. No, this is for breaking the fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the miramiya also for breaking the fast?
No, maramiya is like after when we finish the meal,
Yeah.
or during like from after iftar to suhoor.
Yeah.
these herbal drinks, especially now with the spring. It's a little bit chilly, there is chill and cold, so they use these hot drinks.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we could smell the onion, I think.
Yes,
right.
it has a strong smell. So I'm just gonna mix now the vegetables with it until it's all incorporated. Then I'm going to add the flour, and then we're going to fry it in medium-high heat.
Okay.
And then while we're making them as kebabs, I should wet my hand so that it won't stick to the gloves, and then we will fry it.
And you're gonna have a chance to try Eman's dish today.
Great.
Hope you like it.
Yes.
And you know, actually, there are like some people who don't use whole wheat flour. They go to the bakery, the one who makes Iranian bread, and they ask him for this the dough that itself as raw,
raw dough.
Then he mixes it for them like this.
Okay.
And sometimes, like if they want, he makes them as bread. You know, bread full with meat.
I'm really getting hungry here. So let's talk about Nerman, about other activities that people do during the holy month of Ramadan. I know that people dedicate themselves more for prayers, and they go actually read the Quran. What are other activities people do?
Because many of the people are like villagers, so they woke up very early, like sunrise, and people there are very productive. They're very, very productive. They are very, very into the season. They're very, very connected to the land. So they wake up and they work and they pray and they visit their relatives, and they do dedicate many of the time for like a prayer, for the gatherings. But it's really like all days back in time. So they start their day very early, and they end it also like sunrise to sunset, and then they go to Taraweeh.
Correct.
And then they gather, family gatherings, or they check with their neighbors, they check with the people if there are some of them are in need, or if some people they need some help or anything, and then they go back and sleep very early.
It's very interesting talk and conversation about the cuisine and what people do in Palestine. So, Eman, how is everything going with you so
I
far?
actually mixed everything. Now, I forgot, dear viewers, to tell you that we need coriander in it.
Okay.
Because it is something essential. And then while I was mixing, I said, where is the greenery?
All right.
It's missing.
Yeah,
so
don't miss anything.
Yeah.
So, dear viewers, let's have a break and we're going to continue. So, please stay tuned.
So after breaking your fast and enjoying your amazing feast, the one thing that we'd go to is dessert and, of course, coffee or tea. What most Arabs are known for is their Arabic coffee. Depending on where you are in Kuwait or the Arab world, they make it differently. Arabic coffee is very delicious and yummy. And in Kuwait, there are two main types, which is you've got a northern blend and a southern blend. So depending on what you like, the northern blend is heavily roasted and a dark, richer, more deeper flavor, whereas the lightly roasted one, whereas the southern coffee is lightly roasted, it's much more lighter, flavorsome, and it's got a pale yellow color. And different additives are added to enhance that flavor. You can add cloves, cardamom, saffron, depending on what you like. Coffee is a must with Arabic culture. We serve it to our guests. We enjoy it throughout the day. It is one of the things that's always there in an Arabic household. And it is a courtesy to serve it to our guests and people around. So you would usually present it in your right hand and you'd accept it using your right hand, and it is enjoyed with dozens of sweets and desserts such as dates or Ali or even gemat. So hopefully you will enjoy your Arabic coffee and try making it, because it is an art to make Arabic coffee. So I hope you guys enjoy your Arabic coffee.
And we're back, dear viewers, and now talking about the Palestine, the holy month of Ramadan. But before we go deep into that, doctor, let's see how is Iman doing with her
I
dish.
am done now.
Perfect.
Yes, so
So it
it's
smells
almost
really
time
good.
for serving.
And we are looking forward to try your dish today.
Yes, but before that, I will arrange a little bit of bread and slices of tomato in that, so you
Perfect.
can enjoy it all together.
Nice. So, doctor, we are reaching Eid. We would like to know how is the preparation for Eid and how is Eid in Palestine is unique as well.
As I told you, because people are very rooted, they are very into religion, they are very into culture. I'll speak about my village, Sawiya, since it's an old one and it's really rooted. So we have this Salat al-Eid, Eid prayer.
Okay.
They do Salat al-Eid prayer. They do give Eidiyah, and we have men. It's like it's a must that men gather at the elder's house, like the father or the grandfather.
Right.
They all gather in one house, and they go house by house to visit the females, their relatives, and they give them Eidiyah. So this is a must. This is after Salat al-Eid. And then after that, they go and visit the graves.
So it's not only restricted to children.
No. It's for the females because they call her like it's part of us. So she needs to feel that she's okay. She got married.
Correct.
She has her new life and family,
Correct.
but still we look after her.
Right.
So they look after her with Eidiyah, and it's not only Eidiyah. This goes also through the whole the year. So there is a strong connection even on the financial level with the female.
So the siblings the brothers give their sisters.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
They give their mother and their sisters and their aunts and the elders of females of
Very
the family and the other elders of the village.
Very good.
So there is like a financial share also, not only for the family, for the female, the elder females. There is a huge respect for the elders.
Very interesting. Since they are work really hard during the holy month of Ramadan, preparing the food and looking to their families, they deserve this kind of.
Of course.
It's a
Sometimes
kind of
they give also
appreciation.
gold.
Yeah.
Sometimes the husband gives his wife like a ring or a bracelet or like a necklace, whatever he is capable to. He just does it with love.
Very interesting. Very good.
And then there is also a tradition that they also remember the dead. And they remember also the dead of the people, so they pay sadaqahs. Sometimes they would go to the graves. There is also a feast that they have it in the Eid for the family and for the people, if there is people are in need.
This is for lunch, you mean? Or?
Yes, this is for lunch and also for the breakfast.
Okay.
So there is like a contribution to the family and contribution also to the community.
This is very interesting. This is actually a very good activity that people do. We really appreciate it.
They are well connected. They have very strong connection. Even though if they got married, there is this mercy, kindness to each other. It is. They don't even remember the people who are alive. They also remember the people who are dead.
Perfect. You are giving us a lot of advices to our dear viewers that we have to help each other and we have to appreciate our mothers and sisters as well as wives.
Yeah, love and respect are the key and main principles and relationships in Palestine.
I agree. So, Eman, I believe you are
Done.
done.
Yes.
All right. Looks really good.
Now you have to assemble your sandwich.
All right.
So I will give you 2 plates.
All right.
So you could like enjoy whatever you like to have it inside. We usually have everything inside it. So, but up to your likings, whatever you like, we will do.
Perfect. So we're going to talk about you, doctor, here in Kuwait. We'd like to see your journey. How long have you been here in Kuwait?
I was born here.
MashaAllah.
Kuwait also is my country. I love Kuwait with my blood. And yeah, so it's home for me also.
And we're glad that you are one part of us, and we're glad to have you.
Yeah, I do.
So, doctor, how is the holy month of Ramadan in Kuwait?
We also have our family union in Kuwait. We have our gathering in Kuwait with my sisters, with my relatives. We do have our big feast in like iftar.
Correct.
And then we do Taraweeh and, you know, our religious also contribution, like whether it's prayer, whether it's reading the Quran, whether it's Taraweeh or Salat al-Qiyam.
Correct.
Kuwait also facilitate people a lot with like lots of lovely mosques, and it's open like all the time. So we do really appreciate also this kind of environment that Kuwait is providing to us.
Very interesting. So, Eman, you
I
are.
thought of doing, because you're talking, so I thought of doing the sandwich for you,
Thank
actually.
you so much.
Thank you, dear.
Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much for doing that. We do really appreciate it.
So have you tried any Kuwaiti dishes that you really love or enjoy?
Of course, I do love haris, jarish. I do love gabboot.
Okay.
Okay.
And
But these are cuisine that you don't find them in Palestine.
when it comes to grains, we do have something similar, but not in our in my area. There are different areas that might have similar dishes, especially with haris. Yeah.
And they put cinnamon on top of it with the.
Not specifically, but the grains with the meat, the long cock, and this mixture is. I think that there is something similar, but not in with my village and my area.
Interesting.
What about the sweets?
Thank you, Eman.
الجيمات we have it's very similar. We call it awama. Awama. Here they call it الجيمات.
No, but what did you enjoy here in Kuwait as sweets? Something that you don't have there.
There
Sabul
are
gefsha? Have you tried sabul gefsha before?
صب القفشة الجيمات.
It's similar, a little bit similar, but it's full of cardamom and saffron.
I really like rahash and
Oh yeah,
rahash.
stuffed with dates.
Yeah, and I'm not very also fan of sweets, so I'm very fan of like haris and jaris and margoug, gabboot, and these are like I really love them.
Oh yeah.
Dishes. And just wanted to know, do you have any specific places that you love to visit during the holy month of Ramadan here in Kuwait?
I am a family person, so I really like it. I really enjoy my mother's company.
Correct.
So I do prefer to stay with her. So wherever she likes to go, I go with her. So we like to go to Mbarakia. It's a lovely place. We really enjoy it there, whether it's the real Mbarakia or the Gold Market.
Okay.
Sometimes we go to buy vegetables and fruits from the vegetables market.
Correct.
It's also one of my favorite places here in Kuwait.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes Al-Masjid Al-Kabir, the Grand
For
Mosque,
prayer.
for prayer.
Very interesting.
That's very interesting.
And the unique thing in Kuwait also with the sports is that they open the malls for walking.
Yes.
So we do, like I do like this environment of
Very
like
good.
encouraging people to exercise and move. So yeah, I do sometimes go and walk in these malls.
This is interesting, and I think this is a good time for you, doctor, to try what Eman she just made for us.
To evaluate as
Well as before we tried, we would like to thank you for preparing this lovely dish.
You're very welcome.
So
Thank you very
You're
much.
very welcome. I hope you enjoy it.
So could you tell us a little bit briefly about the ingredient to our TV viewers?
Well, actually, you have to have minced beef. I think it has to be like well minced, because sometimes if it's a little bit not that minced good, it will crumble with you. And with I added onions, tomato, coriander, salt and spices, and then we mixed it all together. Then we added the whole wheat flour, a little bit with water, and then we mixed it all together, and then we fried it.
This tastes really good.
Bon appetit.
Thank you so much.
It's lovely.
Thank you.
We had a lovely conversation with you.
Thank you. I did also enjoy it. Thank you very much.
And I really like that we brought you back to your childhood, and I could feel it, this is a really good opportunity.
With all these sweets that we've mentioned.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
so
Thank you for hosting us.
Thank you.
So dear viewers, we're going to see you tomorrow with different country as well as hosting a different guest. Until then, be safe.
Bye-bye.